Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps Prediction Sports. Let go, show recaps prediction sports
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps Prediction Sports. Let go.
What's going on, everyone? It's the EVP from the EVP Show, and we are live for your SmackDown recap live here on Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. So, crazy SmackDown. We definitely got some stuff put together for SummerSlam. It looks like the Trick Williams, Baron Corbin match was made official after SummerSlam went off the air. Why they didn't announce the last qualifying match is because it's going to be a surprise. That's the only thing I can think of. I did put that in my exclusive news channel. I am a few minutes late, having some Wi-Fi issues, so I'm in a different place today. So, yeah, the Wi-Fi is being a donkey. But yeah, shout out to the couple of new subscribers I had today for the Discord channel. Thank you guys for subscribing once again. We have about 7 days until the end of the month, so go ahead and get signed up for that. It's coming up Sunday. Is doubleheader Sunday, obviously. I will be giving away another free month because we got 11 likes on the last Sunday Night Scoop stream. Followed by we also got a couple of drawings which will take place the first Sunday Night Scoops in August, because I did reach 300 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for that. I do need to retweet them live because it is late. So before we get started, tomorrow is going to be a big day. Obviously, DW Radio. And then we're going to have, I'm going to do the WWE Unreal recap tomorrow after at 9 p.m. Yeah, this Wi-Fi like sucks really bad. I have no idea what's going on with it. See if I can get connected to X. You can go ahead and get that going. People are asking me questions in DMs. People are asking me why Carmelo and Ricky were not added. I don't know the answer to that. They were supposed to be. So DW Radio is actually going to be on Sunday, not tomorrow. Let's see. I need to post that. I'm live. We have like 4 viewers, so yeah, people don't know that I'm live. All right, so I have shared the post. Let's see what time Miami and them are live Sunday. Just 1 second, guys. I do apologize. If they're going live Saturday, we may move up the Unreal recap at some point tomorrow. Maybe moving up the just text Miami to find out. We actually may be moving up the Unreal recap. If what's going on, Ariel? If Miami and them are not going to be live tomorrow, because that show's going to take me a while to do. So if they're not doing DW Radio tomorrow, I have 2 shows Sunday, so I guess we're going to be streaming at we may be streaming at the same time. I'm not sure. I just asked them. But we'll see. If they're not doing DW Radio tomorrow, then I may move up the Unreal recap by a couple of hours. Instead of starting at 9, I may start at like 7. I don't know. We'll see. I still may keep the same time. We'll see. I'm waiting to hear back from him to see how that goes. But thank you to everybody that subscribed to the YouTube channel. If you are watching live on YouTube, please hit that like button. So let's go ahead and talk about SummerSlam before we get into SmackDown tonight. So we have 12 matches official. I didn't think we were going to get but 13. It looks like we possibly could get 14, but there are 12 matches official. We'll go ahead and go over the matches that are official for SummerSlam. According to the ESPN, it looks like Oba and Brock will either open night 1 or night 2, and then Penta and Chad Gable will open the other night on ESPN. So we got Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for the Raw Heavyweight Championship. We got CM Punk and Cody Rhodes for the SmackDown Championship. Those are the night 1 and night 2 main event. We got Trick Williams defending the United States title against Baron Corbin. That is 3. I'm just thinking of all the titles. So for the interim women's championship on SmackDown, so far we got Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair, and Jade Cargill with 1 person to be added. That's 4. I'm thinking title matches. So Solric and Lyra has not been announced. So that's 4 matches. As far as titles go, then we have so we have Penta versus Chad Gable. That's 5. So that's 5 title matches. So I believe Sol and Lyra will be added. I believe that they'll be added Monday. So that should have all the matches official by Monday for the prediction show Wednesday. So that'd be good. So that's 5 title matches right there. I do believe Sol and Lyra gets added Monday, which will make 6. But we're not going to count that yet. It hasn't been made official. So we got Roman Seth. We got Cody Punk. We got Trick, Baron. That's 3 title matches. We got the women's interim championship. And then we got Penta and Chad. That's 5. So that's 5 title matches. Number 6 made official tonight. Number 1 contenders match for the Undisputed Championship on SmackDown. Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor is 6. What I talked about on Kyle's show this past Wednesday was made official tonight. We have the Bella Twins and Paige against Fatal Influence. That is 7. We have Jacob Fatu and the Usos going up against Royce Keys, Solo Sikoa, and LA Knight. That is 8. What am I leaving out? There's 4 matches left over that I'm leaving out. Nick Aldis versus Gunther. That is 9. We have 3 more matches, guys, and I'm just completely drawing a blank here. So we have 5 title matches, and then these 4 separate matches that are not title matches. What am I leaving out? Like, it was 9 going into tonight. Dominic Mysterio going 1-on-1 with Danhausen. That is 10. Oh, we have 6 title matches. I'm sorry. Liv Morgan versus Io Sky for the Women's Raw Heavyweight Championship. So as of right now, we do have 6 title matches. So that's 11. And then the 12th match is going to be, let's see. Let me look back in the chat. These are just so hard to remember. Let's see. I'll look back at Miami's card that he posted. So Finn Balor and Sammy makes 12. So let's see what we got here. I know Miami posted the card. So we got Roman and Seth, Cody Punk, Liv Io, Brock Oba. That's 4. We got the interim championship with Jade, Tiffany, Chelsea, Charlotte with 1 more, Penta and Chad. We got the 6-man with the Usos and Jacob versus LA Knight, Royce, and Solo Sikoa, Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. That's 8. Let's see. I commented the other matches. Let's see. 11 matches so far. So Gunther versus Nick. Nick would be 9. The Bellas versus Paige would be 10. Fatal versus Trick. Bellas and Paige versus Fatal would be 11. Although it would be 10. And Trick versus Baron would be 11. And then Sammy versus Finn, number 1 contender, will be 12. So that is the 12 matches that are official for right now. I called out the 8 that Miami had posted in the chat, in the island chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roman Seth, Cody Punk, Liv Io, Brock Oba. The interim championship match with Jay, Tiffany, Chelsea, Charlotte, and 1 more lady. Penta versus Chad. The Usos and Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Key. Danhausen versus Dom. That is 8. Match number 9 is going to be Gunther versus Nick Aldis is number 9. The Bellas and Paige versus Fatal Influence is 10. Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor for the number 1 contenders for the SmackDown Championship is 11. And Trick Williams is defending against Baron Corbin for the United States Championship is 12. Look for Sol Ruka versus Lara to probably be added Monday to be 13. And then they possibly could do something, whether it's something with Otis and Tozawa. Otis and Tozawa, it's either going to be something or they are having a match Monday. They may do Otis. They may do Otis in theory, or it may be a rematch for the tag titles. So we'll see. But we have 12 matches official. Baron Corbin and Trick Williams for the United States title was made official after SmackDown went off the air. There is no match made official for SmackDown next week. They are keeping that last person for that interim championship a mystery. So, yeah. Why is it still no Fatal 4-Way? I do not know. I haven't had time to ask, but I don't know. They're just leaving Carmelo and Ricky out of it. It's a good question. I thought it would at least be a triple threat. I definitely got that one wrong. I thought it would be a fatal 4-way. But I did know that it was going to be the Bellas and Paige against the Fatal Influence. And JC is calling out Tiffany Stratton, which is good. I mean, she's going to be going after that. For me, that kind of, I don't know. Are we going to see Tiffany Stratton become double champion at SummerSlam and then have JC Jane win that United States title off of Tiffany? I think that's a possibility. It's in Minnesota. That's Tiffany's hometown. So are they going to double strap her up at Minnesota and then have JC win that United States title from JC Jane? I mean, from Tiffany Stratton, sorry. Let them know that I'm live. At SummerSlam for the undisputed title, I see no fatal 4-way. They're just gonna do triple threat with Ben. No. So Sammy did try to. I thought there was a possibility that they would add Sammy, and he tried to get into the match, but Adam Pearce wasn't having it. So ultimately, it's still Cody Punk. The fatal 4-way that they did tonight was to determine who would face Sami Zayn at SummerSlam in a number 1 contenders match, with the winner of that getting the first title shot at Punk or Cody after SummerSlam. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll have a better idea who's winning between Cody and Punk because if Finn Balor wins, it's probably going to be a babyface. So I can't see it being Punk if he's going to turn heel on Cody. We'll see. Sammy, it could be either one of them, honestly, because he's kind of been feuding with both of them. So we'll see what happened with the Finn Sammy match. It'll kind of give you a little bit more clarification. But we have 12 matches official for we have 12 matches official for SummerSlam. Look for maybe 1 to 2, at least 1, if not 2 matches added Monday on Raw. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. I'll see your question at SummerSlam for the undisputed title. I'll see no fatal 4-way, or are they going to do triple threat with Finn? No, just Finn's going to face Sammy 1-on-1. Cody and Punk's going to be 1-on-1. Whoever wins between Cody and Punk will face the winner of Sammy and Finn. That will be the number 1 contender. So that's how that's going to work. All right, so this is the SmackDown recap live here on the EVP show, Friday, July 24th from the Oakland Arena in Oakland, California. This is the post-Saturday Night Main Event show. We're going to see Charlotte Flair face the irresistible Force Nia Jax, who absolutely got screwed over again. But that match was a lot better than her and Jade's. To see who qualifies for the interim 5-way ladder match for the interim women's championship, SmackDown championship. Plus, the ring general Gunther and Nick Aldis will make an appearance. We're also going to see Chelsea Green in a qualifying match against Kiana James. Like I said, there's 4 women out of the 5 have qualified. I've heard a lot of rumors and rumblings of maybe an AJ Lee being that 5th person in the match. We'll see. I would love to see it. I would be okay with it if AJ shows up or qualifies. I figured she would have showed up tonight though. But maybe they save that for SmackDown before. Maybe they don't add her until right before SummerSlam. So we'll see. If nobody gets added, well, it has to happen next week. So I don't think anybody's going to get added on Raw. So maybe it is AJ. If it's not AJ, it's AJ or Blake. It's one of those two. That's going to be the fifth lady. I believe it's AJ Lee. That's what I was told. I put it in my Discord, my paid exclusive, so we'll see. AJ Lee and Rhea Ripley possibly at WrestlePalooza or in October, so We'll see. We're going to hear from the undisputed WWE champion, the best in the world, CM Punk, and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. The show opens up with Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett welcoming us to SmackDown as we see the pre-show arrivals of Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Paige, Brie Bella, and Fatal Influence. Okay, guys, I have to take a quick little. I got to get some people in here. I don't know where everybody's at. Have no idea, but we got to get some people in here. Let's see. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and post it on live. We have 9 viewers, which is just absolutely awful. With 300 subscribers, we should have a lot more than 9 viewers. So we're going to post it that we're live. I was only about 10-15 minutes from behind because my stupid Wi-Fi was screwing up. People are just, I guess people think SmackDown sucked. I mean, it kind of did, truthfully, but I mean, it wasn't great. But we have 12 matches official for SmackDown. I mean, for SummerSlam. So, yeah, so I went ahead and shared that. Maybe we can get some people in here because I feel like I'm just talking to myself. This is like the least crowd I've ever seen for SmackDown post show. You guys must have really hated SmackDown. All right. Baron Corbin attacks Trick Williams after SmackDown, and Trick Williams plays Baron Corbin for the United States title at SummerSlam, like I said. That is match number 12. Match 12. At least one, maybe 2 more. I do believe it's AJ Lee. I do believe it's AJ Lee. Yeah, and they haven't announced the 5th person, so it makes me think something really weird's going to go on. All right, so we see Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis in the ring in a video package hyping up the SummerSlam match. Hyping up the SummerSlam match between Gunther and Nick Aldis. Kind of sound like a career-ending match, but it's not. Nick Aldis is going to step away for a little bit for the from the general manager role, and he's going to be having some matches. So it's definitely not a one-off for Nick. He may not win. I don't know. Gunther's been losing a lot, so he could. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but I can tell you that is not going to be Nick Aldis's last match. So Adam Pearce welcomes the WWE Universe, and he says he is out here to make Nick Aldis versus Gunther official for SummerSlam. Adam Pearce says there are a couple of terms and conditions that need to be made clear. Adam Pearce then introduces Gunther, and Gunther makes his way down to the ring. Adam Pearce says both men have the opportunity to review the contract. Adam Pearce says Aldis cannot compete as a WWE superstar, and the second he puts his name on this contract, he voluntarily relinquishes his duty as the general manager of SmackDown. and he was assumed those responsibilities. So it looks like Adam Pearce is going to be assuming both roles of SmackDown and Raw. Adam Pearson says Aldis is returning to in-ring competition on his own free will, and WWE bears no responsibility for that. So Nick Aldis is getting back in the ring. Nick Aldis says he knows what exactly he is signing. Nick Aldis says he never wanted any of this. Nick then says every man has his breaking point, and Gunther found his. Nick Aldis says he's willing to accept the consequences, even if that means stepping down as SmackDown general manager. Nick Aldis then puts the pen to paper and makes it official for SummerSlam. So then out comes the ring general, Gunther. Gunther then said both men are dressed up like some sort of historic event here. Gunther then says the SummerSlam match will be the greatest moment of Aldis' career. Gunther then says all of this is beneath him as he should have been preparing for the undisputed WWE Championship at SummerSlam. Gunther then says Aldis didn't know how to do his job. Gunther then says Aldis has had an issue with him ever since he joined SmackDown. Gunther then says Aldis is jealous of him. Gunther then says Aldis never made it as a WWE wrestler. Gunther then says he got it all. Gunther then says his watch is worth half of Aldis' yearly salary. Obviously, Gunther talked about the people that he retired, as far as Goldberg, John Cena, AJ Styles, so forth, so on. Gunther then says he doesn't think Aldis is good enough. Gunther then says he promised to fulfill his dream and signs the contract. Gunther then says he will turn Aldis into a legend and will have him join the list of iconic legends like Goldberg, AJ Styles, and John Cena, who were stupid enough to step in the ring with him. Gunther then says he vows to end Nick Aldis' career before it even gets started at SummerSlam. Nick Aldis says Gunther keeps repeating himself over and over again. Nick Aldis says if Gunther actually believed that he wouldn't be repeating this over and over again. Nick Aldis says Gunther never thought it would ever come to this. Aldis reminds Gunther what happened at Saturday Night's main event. And then Aldis says he knows Gunther doesn't want any of this since he is the one who put his career in jeopardy. Nick Aldis says he hasn't had a match in 3 years and he's got nothing to lose. Nick Aldis said if he beats Gunther at SummerSlam, he would go from the career killer to the man who got made into a B by his boss. A brawl is now underway, and Nick Aldis begins to unload on Gunther. And then Gunther hits Nick with a low blow and power bombs him to the table. Adam Pearson checks on Nick Aldis while officials are out to stop Gunther. So they're really building up this Nick Aldis Gunther match for SummerSlam. So then we see Kathy Kelly come out of a doctor's room where Nick Aldis is being checked on. Kathy Kelly says Nick Aldis is inside right now being evaluated. Sami Zayn cuts her off, saying he did what everyone told him for years and won the undisputed WWE Championship. Sami Zayn then says the authorities didn't want him to be the champion, and he had to defend his title within 10 days. Sami Zayn then said WWE's golden boy, Cody Rhodes, instantly got the opportunity, and when he got taken out, the corporate poster boy, number 2, so the golden boy and the corporate poster boy. Sammy's got a nickname for Cody and Punk. CM Punk was waiting for his opportunity. Sami Zayn then said WWE got their marquee match at SummerSlam because it looks good on a poster. Sami then asked, what about me? Sami then says he was supposed to ride the bench. Is he supposed to ride the bench at SummerSlam? Sami Zayn confronts Adam Pearce and tells him demand to fix the situation. Sami Zayn and Adam Pearce then get into an argument. Sami Zayn then says he wants to get added to Cody Rhodes with CM Punk at SummerSlam. Adam Pearce tells Sami Zayn to shut up and says it didn't go his way. Adam Pearce says tonight there's going to be a fatal four. Well, first he said the match is official. It's Cody and Punk. So Sammy will not be added. I thought he would weasel his way in, truthfully. But it looks like they may have Cody lose clean. Adam Pearson says there's a fatal four-way tonight featuring Trick Williams, Royce Keys, which we knew that Royce wasn't winning. He's already got a SummerSlam match. I don't know why the hell WWE does this kind of stuff. Trick was going to be defending his title. We knew he wasn't going to win. Finn Balor and Damian Priest were the only two logical. Damian Priest is a SmackDown champion. We knew he wasn't going to win. So it only made sense. This is a 10-year reunion for Finn Balor from when he won his first WWE championship at SummerSlam. So the winner of this will go on to SummerSlam in a number one contenders match against Sami Zayn. Sami then says he can't believe he has to earn his way back in, while Cody Rhodes got the opportunity so easily. Sami Zayn tells Adam Pearce no more shenanigans, no more surprises, and no more funny business. Adam Pearson agrees, and he walks into the doctor's room to check on Nick Aldis. So Sami Zayn will be facing Finn Balor at SummerSlam for the number one contender spot. The winner will be facing Cody Rhodes or CM Punk. So we then see one half of the former women's SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Brie Bella, and she is waiting in the ring for her opponent. It was advertised earlier in the night that she was facing JC Jane. I tell you guys all the time, stuff changes. And it was changed from JC Jane to Laney Reed. Paige is at ringside, and then out comes the new SmackDown Tag Team Women's SmackDown Tag Team Champion, Fatal Influence, Laney Reed, Fallon Henley, accompanied to the ring by JC Jane. Laney Reed gets on the microphone, which I've been asking for her and Fallon to speak more. It's been all JC. Laney says she has something to say. Laney then says Saturday night's main event was supposed to be the most important night of their careers. Somehow Brie Bella and Paige are going to be the ones that's going to remember the night forever. Fallon Henley on the mic. Fallon then says they already took out two legends. JC Jane then says she's the only one left without the gold. And when that happens, they will be the perfect package. She then riles up the WWE Universe and accuses them of missing out on the interim WWE Women's Championship ladder match at SummerSlam, which I do believe she was robbed from that. JC Jane then reminds she throws us some shade at Tiffany Stratton. JC Jane then stakes her claim on Tiffany Stratton's Women's United States title, said it's going to be hers soon. She then says Laney is going to humiliate Brie and put her out of her misery once and for all. So we're going to go to the singles match, one-on-one. One half of the former WWE Women's SmackDown Tag Team Champions, WWE Hall of Famer Brie Bella versus one half of the SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions, Laney Reed. So the match starts off with Brie Bella hitting a forearm to Laney Reed, and Laney pulls Brie to the floor. Brie Bella then hits a clothesline off the ring steps, and she sends Laney Reed into the announce desk. Laney Reed then gets a quick roll up, but Brie then hits a knee to the face and sends Laney into the turnbuckles. Laney then hits an Irish whip, and Brie Bella sends Laney Reed to the apron. Laney then sends Brie into the turnbuckles. Laney then hits a slingshot cutter to Brie. Laney Reed then hits a hip toss and an elbow drop for only a count of 2. Laney Reed then hits an elbow to the bridge of the nose, and she choked Brie Bella in the ropes. Laney Reed then sends Brie Bella into the turnbuckles, but Brie hits some elbows and a kick. Laney Reed then hits a chop to Brie Bella. Laney Reed then works on the back, and Brie Bella hits a punch. Laney Reed then hits an Irish whip and a snap mare. Laney then mocks Brie Bella, and Brie Bella ends up blocking a big boot. Brie then hits a clothesline and a second one. Laney Reed then hits an Irish whip, and Brie Bella avoids a clothesline. She hits a side Russian leg sweep and goes for the pin, but Laney kicks out at 2. Laney then hits a double leg takedown, and she misses an elbow drop. Brie Bella then lands several kicks. Brie then hits a running knee to Laney Reed against the ropes, and she gets a near fall. Laney Reed then sends Brie Bella into the turnbuckles, and Laney Reed runs into an elbow, and Brie Bella hits a bulldog. Brie then goes up top, and Fallon gets on the apron, and Brie Bella kicks her off. Laney Reed then hits a kick to stop Brie Bella on the turnbuckles. Laney Reed then sets up for a superplex, and Brie Bella blocks it and sends Laney Reed to the mat. Jacy Jayne then gets up on the apron, and Paige pulls her down. Brie Bella then goes for a sunset flip. Laney Reed blocks it and goes for a roll-up with her hand on the ropes. The referee then sees it, stops her count. Brie Bella then gets another roll-up for the 1, 2, 3. So they just crowned Fallon Henley and Laney Reed SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and then they have Laney Reed lose the singles match to Brie Bella. So Brie Bella gets the win, but this is when the return happened, and the match was set for SummerSlam. After the match, Fallon and Jacy attack Brie, and they work over Brie and Paige. Nikki then makes her way down to the Nikki Bella. Music hits and makes her way down to the ring. She joined Brie and Paige to send Fatal Influence outside the ring. Nikki then hits a TKO on Jacy. Nikki gets on the microphone and she says, "You BI, you know what? Think you can come up from the minor leagues and steal from them?" Nikki then says, "They are why you are even here right now." Nikki then says, "At SummerSlam, it's going to be me, Brie, and Paige against you three." So that is official at SummerSlam, as I put in the Discord channel about a week ago. Nikki, Brie, and Paige will be in a 6-woman tag match against Fatal Influence, Jacy Jayne, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed at SummerSlam. Nikki Bella is back. So we're going to see Cathy Kelly with Finn Balor. She asked him about his match tonight and at SummerSlam. Finn says he is thinking about 2016, which I mentioned before. This SummerSlam will be the 10-year anniversary from his first title win, when he had the best and worst night of his career. Finn then says that it is 2026, and he has been scratching and clawing for 10 years, and he has come so close. But then we see Gunther. Gunther then tells Finn he is next in line, and he doesn't care who it is. He will take the title. Gunther then says 10 years is a very long time, and he walks off. Finn Balor has big plans, but Gunther doesn't care one bit, so they could be teasing. I don't think Finn wins at SummerSlam. I don't. I think Sammy wins. Sammy's going to get another rematch and loses, so. And then Sammy can stop crying, because then, you know, that'll be it. So then we take a look at the 6-man tag match at SummerSlam. We see Royce Keys in the locker room, and Solo Sikoa is motivating him for his match tonight and saying he could be working double duty at SummerSlam. He says that they will get to do it in Royce's hometown. He then says, "You are going to get a second match at SummerSlam." Royce then says he is back home tonight. He then says, "Don't worry about the bloodline." What's going on, Tribal Kingpin? Man, I don't know where everybody's at, man. My stream is dead. I got 300 subs, bro. Like, this is dead. It's dead in here. I don't know what's going on tonight, bro. We do got 12 matches official. Like I said, I did put in the Discord a week ago that Nikki was coming back, the 6-woman tag. They did throw me off. I did think Sammy would get added, but I do like that Sammy and Finn are both going to be on the card. And then Trick and Baron were made official. I honestly thought that Carmella and Ricky would be added. I don't like it that they're not. I don't like that at all. But we got 12 matches so far for the prediction show Wednesday. So it should be interesting to hear everybody's predictions for the matches coming up on Wednesday on the prediction show. So Roy, it is good to see Finn. He's got a couple of wins in a row, or 3 wins in a row now, and now he's got some momentum. But it looks like he's going to be starting something with Gunther. Seems like. So it says, "Don't worry about the bloodline. If you can, try. Make sure you hit the. If you can, try Kingpin, hit the like button. If I don't know if you retweeted on X, but like I said, I don't know where everybody's at. It's Friday night, so people are probably out." He then says he has a chance to become the new #1 contender, but then LA Knight then shows up and says he heard not to worry about the bloodline. but you always have to worry about them. He then says, you can handle your thing tonight, and we can deal with the bloodline at SummerSlam. Royston says he is a grown-ass man, and he will take care of everything. Solo says there are no weaknesses. He says he has Royce Keys back tonight. So then we see the Women's United States Champion, who, in my eyes, don't sleep on her winning the interim championship, even though I do believe the fifth woman is AJ Lee. That's what I was told. It could change. I think it's AJ or Blake. They haven't announced a match, qualifying for match for it. I could see it happening. I really could. It's SummerSlam, so they're going to want to pull out all the stops. I personally believe it's AJ Lee, and I think she's winning the title, and I think she's going to face Rhea Ripley. I just truly believe that. So we'll see. So we see Tiffany Stratton. She's wishing Chelsea Green luck, and Chelsea Green says they can be in the match together at SummerSlam. Tiffany and Chelsea then talk about what they're going to do. And then we get Blake Monroe, who could be the only other possibility that could be added to this. Julia's not going to be added. It's going to be AJ or Blake. It's one of the two. One of the two. With Blake and Tiffany supposed to wrestle initially at SummerSlam, that would make the most sense, but she hasn't even had a match on TV yet, and AJ's been off of TV, so I don't really know how they're going to work that. We'll see. She says, so Blake shows up, and she says she comes in peace. She tells Tiffany Stratton that. She then says she likes Tiffany, and you like because she likes the finer things in life. So could they be teasing a Tiffany heel turn? That's what it seems like. Maybe they've gotten away from Blake and Tiffany, and maybe Tiffany's gonna go heel. I like her better as a heel anyway. She then says you should worry about the title and not Chelsea. So Blake is planting seeds. I don't believe Blake is going to be in this match, so we'll see. Chelsea Green makes her way down to the ring for the next match of the night, and it's the third. It's going to be the qualifying for the interim 5-women ladder match for the interim SmackDown Women's Championship. Basically, the person that wins is keeping that title warm for Rhea Ripley. WWE is, man, they're in a lot of trouble. Yeah. So she's facing Kiana James, and whoever wins will be the third lady to qualify and join Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. So it's Chelsea Green versus Kiana James. I thought Kiana may win here, and then then it'd be Charlotte and Julia. That was my thought process. But then when Chelsea won, I'm like, all right, so it's got to be Blake or it's got to be AJ Lee. It's going to be one of the two. So the match starts off with Kiana James hitting a knee. She sends Chelsea into the turnbuckles. Chelsea Green then avoids Kiana and floats over. Chelsea Green then hits a slap, and Kiana is not happy. Chelsea sends Kiana over the top rope into the apron. And Chelsea drop kicks Kiana James off the apron. Kiana then punches Chelsea Green to stop her on a suicide dive. Kiana then hits several knees, and she drops Chelsea Green on the ringside barrier and hits a thrust kick. Kiana then sends Chelsea Green back into the ring. Chelsea Green then hits several forearms. She goes for a sunset flip. Kiana then blocks it but misses an elbow drop. Chelsea Green then hits a Japanese uppercut for the count of 2. Chelsea then hits a side Russian leg sweep, and she hits a Rough Rider and goes for the pin, but Kiana kicks out at 2. Chelsea then goes for her finisher, the Unprettier, but Kiana escapes. Chelsea Green then blocks a kick, and Kiana hits a thrust kick and a Falcon Arrow, but only gets a count of 2. Kiana then misses a boot, and Chelsea Green gets a roll-up. Kiana kicks out. Kiana then hits a code breaker, and she goes for the 4-1K. Chelsea Green escapes and hits the Unprettier for the 1-2-3. Chelsea Green has defeated Kiana James and will join Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill in the women's interim championship ladder 5 lady championship match at SummerSlam with the fourth lady to qualify. Don't you guys think it's very odd that they haven't announced the fifth qualifying match? I wonder why. But shout out to WWE media page for reposting the stream because they want to keep it a surprise. That's why. I think it's going to be AJ. I do. Or Blake. One of the two. We'll see. We will see. So the winner of the interim WWE Women's Championship qualifying match is Chelsea Green. Good for her. They're putting her on the card. So we see Damian Priest, one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Championship champions, which they haven't defended in a while. And R-Truth, Damian Priest said he's glad to see Priest getting ready for the tag title match. And Priest says the tag match is next week. So the tag titles are on the line next week. So I'm guessing Damian Priest and R-Truth are going to defend against maybe the War Raiders. Maybe that's to go home. I didn't see them announce that. So I guess that's the match next week. Damian Priest says he's in a 4-way match tonight for number one contender, and R-Truth is confused. Cody Rhodes shows up. Says hello to Truth. Cody then brings up what CM Punk said about going for the tag titles. Said they could be double champions. R-Truth then says they are confused. Cody then says he gets what Priest said. Cody then says he will be Priest's opponent after SummerSlam. We have not seen that matchup. Priest then says he respects him and CM Punk, but the boys in the back are sick of the same people being the face of this SmackDown brand. Damian Priest then says he will win tonight, and then whoever it is will get dropped. End of story. They are tired of the same of Cody and Punk running things on SmackDown. Cody then says he was once one of the boys. Obviously, he doesn't have any friends left backstage. Cody then says he likes that attitude and wishes Damian Priest luck. Cody's got to be turning. He's got to be turning. So, the Night 1 main event challenger for the Undisputed Championship, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. WWE media page. Shout out to them for reposting the stream. Cody Rhodes makes his way down to the ring. Got some boos. Got some boos tonight. I want them to boo the shit out of him so that WWE and TKO are forced to turn Cody heel. Boo his ass. Cody Rhodes gets on the microphone. He says, Oakland, what do you want to talk about? Cody then says he wants to get right to it. And then Cody brings CM Punk out. And now out comes the SmackDown Undisputed Champion, the best in the world, CM Punk, to a lot of cheers from the fans. And WWE is paying attention to that. So revealed on WWE Unreal, and I'll talk about that tomorrow on the Unreal recap. But Pat McAfee was actually added to that match to get the fans to boo Pat and Randy and to root for Cody, to cheer for Cody. So CM Punk comes out. We get a little promo. Punk makes his way down to the ring. Punk asks for a mic, but Cody drops it right in front of CM Punk's, right in front of his face, and tells him that was an accident, referring to Punk hitting him in the eye with the belt. Punk then takes off his jacket and comes face to face with Cody Rhodes. Punk then says it's a damn shame this is where they are right now, and he doesn't want to turn his back on his friend to grab a microphone. Punk then says he doesn't know if Cody was trying to kick him in the teeth. Here we go. Cody then cuts him off and says he's not paranoid. Shout out to the WWE media page again for reposting the stream. Cody then admits what happened at Saturday night's main event was an accident. You can feel the tension. Cody then says he's going to take an easy way out. Cody then says he's not going to tell Punk that the reason he needs to beat him at SummerSlam is that he has the title that the entire company revolves around. CM Punk then says there doesn't need to be any other reason other than the title, and he tells Cody that he didn't want the gold to come in between their friendship. CM Punk then says Cody doesn't seem to care about that right now. CM Punk then asked Cody to explain himself. Cody then says they have done a lot of these moments, and they have heard, I respect you, and I love you. Obviously, they're paying attention to the shit that's said online and on these content creators' page, because that was repeated several times on a lot of YouTube podcasts. He then says they can be true. All that can be true. And he also says that he tells CM Punk, I don't like you. Cody then says it is because of 2011. Cody then says, you cut the pipe bomb and you showed everyone that there is another way and a way out. Cody then says he followed that promo. Cody then says you dropped a pipe bomb on the industry and dropped a nuke. Cody then says they have had that discussion. Cody then says he knows why he was doing it. They wished it was you all along. Cody then says he lived with it and he understands it. Cody then says he heard that people are afraid of the same faces. Cody then says he is done apologizing. Cody then says there's a reason he got the call for Jimmy Fallon and why he will be on ESPN. Cody then says he has stood in the ring with the best that there are on the roster. He said there is no better men's roster in professional wrestling, and he shouts out to Nick Khan and Triple H for that. Cody then says he doesn't sweat any of them, but he does sweat CM Punk, he says. Cody then says, just you. Oh, God, my phone's messing up. This was a pretty good promo, but not the best I've seen. A lot of people was not. A lot of people are not really buying into it, but I didn't think it was terrible. One of them is definitely turning heel at SummerSlam. It has to happen. So, Cody says there's a reason he got the call for Fallon and why he would be on ESPN. Cody says he stood in the ring with the best and he doesn't sweat them, just Punk. Cody then says he doesn't have a chip on his shoulder, and you come to the ring and the fans sing your song, so he hears it. Cody then says the chip weighs as much as the title belt. Cody then says for this story to have the proper ending, he has to beat him at SummerSlam. He said, for this story to have the proper ending, I have to beat you at SummerSlam. The gloves are off. Cody is not holding back. CM Punk smirks, and he asks Cody if he doesn't like him or if he doesn't like that he is the champion. He then says he cast a large shadow that many cannot get out from underneath. He then says with some, it is jealousy and envy. He then says, brothers fight. He then says, if he did those great things, you learn from them. You are smart enough to do them. He then says, you do it better. He then says, it is up for the people to decide. He then says, in 2022, he has learned from Cody because he was on the outside looking in. He then says, you showed that there was a way back. He then says, since before that moment, they have been chasing each other. He then says they are not chasing each other anymore. He then says that ends at SummerSlam. He then says, you love me and you aren't his brother. He then says, you respect him, but he doesn't. He then says, you are lying to yourself. He then says, you cannot take the title from someone you care about or love. He then says, you cannot handle the pressure of having an athletic endeavor with someone who is your equal. He then says, you have to make an enemy. This was a big quote, and this is why I can tell you somebody's going to heel. He then says, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and John Cena are your enemies. They were all your friends at one point. He then says, that makes him, he tells Cody, I am your only friend, because he said, I promised you a long time ago that I wouldn't stab you in the back, that I would stab you in the front. He said that multiple times in this lead up. He then says that is what he is going to do at SummerSlam. He then says, you think the only way this ends is with you beating me? Punk then says, at SummerSlam, I'm going to break your heart. Cody then tells Punk. Punk goes to take off. Cody tells Punk they have said all they need to say. Obviously, they talk about that they're going to be tagging the rest of the week. He then says they're tagging this weekend and next week. Cody then says he will get Punk the main event gift, but don't get it mixed up. He then says there will be an apology for when I kick your ass at SummerSlam. Punk then says he has a gift for Cody too, and he will give it to Cody at SummerSlam. He then says a pillar to post ass whooping that involves a loss. CM Punk then says nobody can touch him, not even Dusty Rhodes' kid. Cody then tells them to stop Punk's music because he mentioned Dusty. Cody don't like that. Cody then says he wants Punk to hear his music because that is what you're going to hear when you're looking up at the lights, and when he wins for the fourth time, the undisputed WWE Championship. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes are ready for the emotional roller coaster. What a promo. I thought it was great. Somebody's turning. Either Punk's turning and winning, or I think Punk's winning regardless, but either Punk's going to turn, and maybe him and AJ are going to be bad together. Because AJ was teasing a heel turn on the Nikki and Brie show. Maybe she's going to join up with Nikki and Brie and be a heel. We'll see. For War Games, a little War Games action. Or CM Punk stays babyface, beats Cody Rhodes, and Cody snaps after he loses and goes heel. Cody has to go heel. Like, they can't wait any longer. Comment from the Tribal Kingpin. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Punk that turns, but it's more time for Cody. But it's more than time for Cody. Yeah, it's tough to say, man. One of them is 100% turning. It's definitely time for Cody to turn. If he turns during the match, then he may win the title. But I don't think that makes a lot of sense unless Finn wins. I'll be able to tell pretty much how it's going to go down from the Finn Semi match. We have not seen Cody and Finn yet, but we have seen Punk and Finn twice. So if Sami wins, it's going to be really hard to tell who wins. Yeah, because both Cody and Sami have faced each other one-on-one, so it's Punk and Sami. So Punk has already beaten Finn twice, so we'll see. Shout out to the W Media page for reposting, and also shout out to the World of Greg as well. All right, so we take a look at how Jade Cargill earned her spot in the ladder match at SummerSlam. We then see Kathy Kelly with the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Kathy asked Charlotte about what happened last week and if she has any regrets. Charlotte says she wasn't thinking about title matches. Charlotte then says she was thinking that her best friend is not standing here. Charlotte Flair then says Jade will learn that she can come after her, but not after her best friend. Charlotte then says if she has to go through Nia to stop Jade, she will learn that paybacks are a B. So Charlotte Flair makes her way down to the ring for the next qualifying match for the interim 5-lady ladder match for the SmackDown Interim Championship at SummerSlam. She's going to be going one-on-one with Nia Jax. Nia Jax's second match in this qualifying tournament. So the match starts off with both women locking up. Nia hits a knee to the midsection, sends Charlotte into the turnbuckle. She hits several shoulders. Nia then runs into a boot. Charlotte goes to the turnbuckles and hits a Hurricane Rana. Charlotte then sends Nia into the corner. She hits several shoulders. Charlotte Flair then hits a chop, and Nia hits an Irish whip, and Charlotte does her famous Ric Flair flip. Nia then runs into Flair's boot on the apron. Charlotte Flair hits a crossbody for a count of 2. Nia then blocks a kick, and she hits a sit-down powerbomb, but Charlotte kicks out. Nia then hits a chop in the corner. Charlotte escapes, and she kicks Nia, and she hits her with a chop. Nia then hits a short arm clothesline, and she gets a near fall. Nia then kicks Charlotte Flair, and she applies a reverse chinlock. She puts her weight on Charlotte. Nia then hits a slam, and she applies a Cobra Clutch. Charlotte then hits a jawbreaker, and Nia hits a splash into the corner. Nia then goes to the turnbuckles, but Charlotte Flair stops her. Nia then kicks her away. Charlotte Flair then hits a handstand Karana, and she gets a count of 2 on Nia Jax. Charlotte Flair then hits several chops, and Nia hits a headbutt. Charlotte then hits a boot and a walkover clothesline. Charlotte then goes to the turnbuckles for a moonsault, but Nia pulls Charlotte off the turnbuckles. Nia then goes to the turnbuckles, and she hits a leg drop for a count of 2. Nia then goes to the turnbuckles for an annihilator. Charlotte Flair hits a forearm to the back of the leg, and Charlotte hits a powerbomb for a count of 2. Charlotte Flair goes up to the top rope, and then Jade Cargill's music hits. And she comes to the ring with Meech and a B-Fab. She's distracting Nia at that point in time, but then Nia kicks Charlotte Flair and sends her to the floor. Nia has some words for Jade. Nia then asks the referee to send Jade to the back. Charlotte Flair on the other side of the ring stops Meechin and B-Fab when they go after her. Charlotte hits a forearm to Nia, and Charlotte then hits a forearm to Jade. Nia then misses a splash, and Flair hits a big boot to Nia. But then Jade Cargill comes into the ring and hits a big forearm to Charlotte Flair, and the referee calls for the bell. So 2 weeks in a row, Nia Jax was screwed. The winner by disqualification is Charlotte Flair. She will join Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton, and Jade Cargill in the interim Women's SmackDown Championship match, with one lady left to join. After the match, Jade hits the Jaded on Charlotte Flair, and Nia is throwing tables and throwing a big-ass fit on the outside, saying she was screwed over. She's not happy with what happened. Do you expect Nia to get a title match after SummerSlam, since she was screwed twice, or does this lead to a triple threat between Nia, Jade, and Charlotte later? I think this leads to a triple threat. This interim thing is, like I mentioned on Scoops, and we're starting to see some of that take place. It was reported today, I believe, by WrestleVotes and a few others. Blake and Tiffany was the original plan. They had to get away from that. Charlotte Jade was probably supposed to be for the title if Rhea didn't come back. They changed that to the interim ladder match. And then maybe it has some effect on JC as well, because I think JC probably was going to challenge Rhea. I don't think Nia gets a title match. I don't. But we could see something like a triple threat with them or something like that, because I don't think Charlotte's winning, truthfully. Because I think whoever the surprise is, I forgot about Alexa Bliss, but I just don't think it's her unless they're going to have her turn on Charlotte at SummerSlam or something. I don't know. I think that would be a little underwhelming. At that point, then I guess Tiffany's winning, maybe dropping the U.S. title to JC. This is just this injury has got the women's creative all jacked up. But I do not think Nia's getting a title match after SummerSlam. I don't, because I still have a funny feeling it could be AJ Lee. So we'll see. So Damian Priest makes his way down to the ring for the main event of the night, and this is the Fatal 4-Way, with the winner moving on to SummerSlam to face Sami Zayn, and the whoever wins will be the number one contender for the undisputed SmackDown Championship, and will face the winner of Cody Rhodes and CM Punk at a later date, which I think will be on SmackDown, or it could be at Sunday night. You know what they're? Oh man, I didn't even think about this shit. Sunday night's main event's in September, and it's in Cody's fucking hometown. Oh shit, I did not even think about that. Oh boy. They're not leaving Cody Rhodes off the card at Sunday night's main event in Atlanta. He's from there. There's no chance. Oh god, I didn't even fucking think about that. That's wild. We'll see. So we're going to. I don't like how they set this up. I don't. Putting Trick Williams in this to take another loss just like he did in the King of the Ring tournament. I don't like it. And he's the United States champion. There's no build. There's no build for him and Baron. None. Don't like that either. But I can tell you that Nick Aldis is going to wrestle more than one match. I can tell you that. He is not going to go back to being GM. So we're gonna have Damian Priest, Trick Williams, Royce Keys, which Royce Keys already has a fucking SummerSlam match. What are we doing here? And Finn Balor, who won his first Undisputed Championship 10 years ago at SummerSlam. So all 4 men in the ring. The match starts off with Royce Keys hitting a clothesline to Damian Priest, and Finn Balor answered Trick. Royce hits a side slam to Priest, and he avoids a jumping sidekick from Trick and hits a follow-away slam. Royce Keys then goes to the floor to join everyone else. He stops Finn in the aisle. Royce Keys then hits a hot shot on Finn on the apron. Damian Priest then hits a double sledge off the ring steps to Royce Keys. Damian Priest then goes for a pounce, but Trick hits a flapjack on the announce desk, and he poses on the announce desk. Finn then hits a shoulder and a sunset flip on Trick, but Trick kicks out at 2. Finn then applies a side headlock, and Trick hits a shoulder tackle. Trick goes for a delayed vertical suplex, and Finn tries to escape, and Trick holds him up. Trick then hits a suplex and gets a near fall. Trick then hits the Irish whip to Finn and delivers a big splash. Trick hits an Irish whip and misses. Then he goes for another splash and misses. Finn then hits several punches and kicks to Trick. Finn then hits several chops to Trick, and he goes to the turnbuckles. But Damian Priest stops Finn, and he goes for the razor's edge, but Finn gets to his feet, and he hits a double stomp on Damian Priest. Trick then hits a sunset flip, and Finn rolls through and hits a drop kick. Royce Keys then breaks up the cover, and Finn hits the GTR for a count of 2. Damian Priest then misses a punch and a clothesline, but he does not miss the big boot to Finn Balor. Damian Priest then hits a flatliner to Trick Williams, and hits a big elbow into the corner on Royce Keys. Trick then hits a jumping neck breaker to Damian Priest, and then Trick hits a flapjack to Finn Balor. Finn then rolls into Royce Keys' lap into the corner, and Trick hits several kicks to Finn Balor. Damian Priest then hits a jumping round kick, but Damian Priest misses the second one. He then begins to box the ears, and Trick hits a slap to Finn. Finn then sends Trick to the floor, and Royce Keys goes over the top rope when Finn drops down. Finn then hits a flip dive onto all 3 men. Solo Sikoa then makes his way down to the aisle. Royce Keys then sends Finn into the ring post, and Royce Keys sends Priest back into the ring. Royce then hits a power slam to Priest, and Finn hits a shoulder to Royce Keys, followed by a kick. Followed by a kick to the apron. Followed by a kick from the apron. Sorry. Finn then goes up top, and Royce Keys hits the ropes, and Finn falls legs down on the crotch first on the ropes. So Royce Keys then sets up for a power slam off the turnbuckles, but Trick breaks up the cover. Trick is then sent to the floor by Royce Keys. Damian Priest then hits a jumping round kick to Royce, and he goes for a clothesline in the corner. But Royce hits an elbow. Damian Priest then delivers a punch, and it stops Royce on the turnbuckles. Finn then kicks Royce Keys after Royce knocks Priest off the turnbuckles. Finn then wants Priest to help him on a double superplex, and the Priest eventually joins him. They hit a double superplex on Royce Keys. They then hit the superplex, but Trick sends Damian Priest and Finn Balor to the floor. Trick then picks up Royce Keys for a Uranagi, and Solo Sikoa puts the foot on the ropes at before 3. Then out come the Usos. They make their way to the ring, and they exchange punches with Solo Sikoa, and then out comes LA Knight. He comes out, and he comes to the crowd to attack Jimmy and Jay from behind. Damian Priest then kicks Trick, and Damian Priest goes up top for Old School, but he turns it into a crossbody. Finn Balor then gets a near fall on Trick, and he hits a sling blade and a running drop kick. Finn then goes up top and misses a coup de grace. Trick then hits a cyclone kick, but he only gets 2. Trick then sets up for a jumping knee, and Damian Priest hits a clothesline to Trick and a super kick to Finn Balor. Damian Priest then hits the South of Heaven, but Royce Keys breaks up the cover. Royce Keys then sends Priest into the ring post, and Royce hits a spine buster, but Jacob Fatu pulls Royce Keys from the ring. Jacob Fatu then hits a punch and sends Royce Keys into the ring post and hits a running hip attack. Finn Balor then escapes the South of Heaven, and then Finn hits a sling blade and a drop kick, and then goes up to the top rope and hits the coup de grace for the 1, 2, 3. Finn Balor is headed to SummerSlam on the 10-year anniversary of him winning his first SmackDown or his first World Heavyweight Championship. He will face Sami Zayn at SummerSlam to determine the number 1 contender for Cody Rhodes and CM Punk's SmackDown Championship. After the match, Finn Balor celebrates his win and stands tall as the show comes to a close. So it was a decent SmackDown. Wasn't the best one I've ever seen. Damn sure wasn't the worst. I would give it probably maybe a 6.5. But it wasn't too bad. Maybe next week is better. Next week is the last 2 shows before SummerSlam. Shout out to DW Media page for reposting. If you are watching live on YouTube, please hit that like button. It does help me in the algorithm. Views are a little down tonight, but it's late on the East Coast. It's midnight or so. But I do appreciate the ones that come in. This product is just really bad right now, so I fully expect people to be upset. A lot of people are happy though that Nikki's back and stuff like that, but it was coming. So let's kind of run through the SummerSlam card one more time. Let's see if I can remember all 12 matches. We have 6 title matches as of now. So we have Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. We have Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. Trick Williams will defend the United States title against Baron Corbin. That's 3 title matches. Liv Morgan will defend the Raw Women's Championship against Io Sky. That is 4 title matches. Let's see. 4. We have the vacant title that they're doing, the 5-women ladder match. That's the 5th one. With Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, and Chelsea Green, and 1 lady to be added. And then the 6th title match is going to be Penta defending against Chad Gable, which it looks like Penta and Chad will open either night 1 or night 2, and then Oba and Brock will open the other night on ESPN, according to the ESPN reports. So that's 6 title matches. I do expect Sol and Lyra to be added, but it has not, so we're just going with what we have. 6 title matches and 6 non-title matches. We only have 2 women's matches or 3 women's matches on the card as of right now. I expect to have 4 with Sol and Lyra. So, because Raquel's not beating Sol Monday. She could be added to the triple threat. Hopefully not. I want to see just Sol and Lyra. So we have 6 title matches. So let's go to the 6 matches that are not for the title. We have Dominic Mysterio versus Danhausen for Human Money. That's 7. We have Jacob Fatu, Jay and Jimmy Uso going up against Royce Keys, Solo Sikoa, and LA Knight. That is 2. We have 4 more that are not for the title. So we have the Bella Twins and Paige going up against Fatal Influence. That is 3, so that's 9. We have Nick Aldis and Gunther. That is 10. We have Finn Balor against Sami Zayn in a number 1 contenders match. That is 11. I always get stuck on number 12. I'm missing one other match, and I cannot think of what it is. So we have 6 title matches, 5 non-title matches. We have 11 total. What is it, guys? Chat. What match am I leaving out? I've named the 6 title matches. I didn't even say it. And the 12th match is Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar in Hell in a Cell. So that is your 12 matches that are official as of right now for SummerSlam. Expect Sol Ruka and Lyra Valkyria to get added after Monday. That'll be 13. If they are going to do 14, it'll either be the Vision against Otis and Tozawa, or we may get Austin Theory versus Otis because Otis is from Minnesota. We will see. I know they're wrestling Monday, but they could follow up with that. So we'll see. Give some shout outs really quick so we can get out of here. I got a huge show tomorrow and 2 shows Sunday, and a full week next week, which I will go over with you guys. Shout out to Ariel. Shout out to the Tribal Kingpin. Shout out to the DW Media page. Make sure you follow them on X. Follow the DW Media page on X. And my boy, the Tribal Kingpin. Congrats on your job, man. Super happy for you. And shout out to Greg, the world of Greg. You'll see him and Kyle Man Anthony Monday. I'll be going over that shortly. All right. So, like I said, if you are watching live, thank you guys so much again for the 300 subscribers. There will be a winner drawn on August the 9th on Sunday Night Scoops. There's going to be a Sunday Night Scoops this weekend and an LFG, but I believe LFG ends the same weekend at SummerSlam. So there will not be another Sunday Night Scoops until the Sunday after, the week after SummerSlam. There will be one this weekend on Sunday. I have 2 shows Sunday, but there will not be one SummerSlam weekend. So definitely tune in Sunday. I have a lot of news, a lot of stuff to talk about, and then we're going to be drawing someone to enter to get a free month in the exclusive channel. Every time we get at least 10 likes on Scoops, I will pick someone on the random wheel, a new person every time until we run out of people, to get a free membership for 1 month into the exclusive channel. So we are live on my YouTube channel. Like I said, thank you guys so much for helping me get to 300 subscribers. Now let's keep the train rolling to 500. That's ultimately every 100 I will do a giveaway. But man, getting over 50 subscribers in 2 days was just crazy good work. I don't know where I'm at. Last time I looked out yesterday, I was at 301, and then it dropped back down to 300. So I haven't looked today recently to see if it's dropped under 300, but if it is, we could try to get it back up to 300, I'm sure. But we did hit the goal before SummerSlam, so thank you guys so much for that. We're also live on my X page, and we're also live on DWE Television X page. Make sure you follow DWE Television on X. Everyone affiliated, starting with the CEO himself, Miami the Great. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can catch Miami with Inside the NFL Mind at 6 p.m. Eastern. That is live on DWE Television and on Talk It Up Podcast on Twitch, on DWE TV, and also on DWE Television on Twitch, also on Spotify. Make sure you follow DWE Media page as well on X. Usually on Saturdays, but it looks like they're going to be moving it to Sunday, so we're going to have 3 shows coming up on Sunday. You can catch Miami and Final Boss Baby on Sunday for DWE Radio. Make sure you follow her on X as well. And you can catch them on Talk It Up Podcast, DWE, DW Television on X, Spotify, Twitch, for DW Radio on Sunday as well. I don't know if they're taking the early time slot. I have I text Miami, so I'm waiting on a reply back for that. Also, the World of Greg. Shout out to him for winning the exclusive membership last Sunday. I will be drawing a new member this Sunday. So Raymond has 2 weeks left on his 1 month membership, and Greg still has 3 weeks. So shout out to you guys for that. The World of Greg and Kyler Man Anthony are live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern for the rundown, where they will be running down the entire Raw card. We have Sol Ruka defending the Intercontinental Championship against Raquel Rodriguez Monday. So you guys tune in to that on Monday. Speaking of Kyler Man Anthony, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, you can catch him and myself as the co-host for Queens of WWE. We have another show coming up Wednesday after my SummerSlam prediction show at 8 p.m. Eastern. It'll be Queens of WWE episode number 7, Lucky 7, where we will be discussing everything involved with Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And I'm sure we'll be talking about the women's matches coming up at SummerSlam as well. So it should be a really big show Wednesday. So definitely follow him and stay tuned for that as well. The Reckless One himself, Director Reg, After Slam Podcast on X, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. The Smoke Sessions Podcast and Sports Jedi Network as well on YouTube. Everyone affiliated with Gimmick Table Media. So shout out again to the 60 people. Hopefully, I'm sure we'll get to 100 by tomorrow. Just one of those nights. But shout out to everybody that tuned in to the SmackDown recap Friday, July 24th, 2026. I'll be back shortly to tell you guys where you can find me on my socials, what I have coming up for the rest of this weekend, and for SummerSlam week.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go, Show Recap Prediction Sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go.
All right, once again, thank you guys for tuning in to the SmackDown recap Friday, July 24th, 2026. As far as where you can find me on my socials, you can find me on X at EVPCJP. If you follow me, I will follow you back. Scroll all the way up to the top of my page. You will see my YouTube pin at the top. Whenever you get a chance, please retweet that. Send it to your friends, anybody you're associated with. It's not subscribed. If you enjoy my wrestling content, I'm sure they will too. Have them hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on and come and join us for the daily wrestling content. On Instagram, you can find me at EVPCJP, where you'll see all the live videos but made by Miami and Greg for the upcoming streams. On TikTok, at Brady the Goat 21. That's at BRADYGOAT 21. Same thing. On Instagram and TikTok, you can see my YouTube link in my bio. So if you do follow me on there, not on X, and you're looking for my YouTube page, you can find that there. You can also see my videos. I actually just started using hashtags, so I'm actually finally starting to get some views on the videos. It's my TikTok's been alerts have been going crazy with Miami, and those videos are blowing up on TikTok. So shout out to them for that. Last but not least, most importantly, and you guys have been killing it. Over 56 subscribers is what YouTube said last night in the last 48 to 70 hours. You guys got me to 300 subscribers by SummerSlam, so thank you so much for that. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's not keep the train. Let's keep the train rolling all the way to 500. If you can't find it on any of the social media platforms, go to the search bar and type in at the EVP Show. You should be able to find. There's over 1,000 live videos, over 500 shorts, and a couple of pre-recorded as well. If you are subscribed, please turn that notification bell on. If you do go back and watch this live on YouTube, please hit the like button. Leave some comments. Tell me what you thought about SmackDown, whether you thought was good, what you thought was bad, what's your hot takes. And what do you think about the 12 matches so far that are official for SummerSlam moving forward? So what I have coming up for you next, for the rest of the weekend. I don't think I'm gonna change the time because I got some stuff to do during the day tomorrow. But you can join me at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, as I will be covering the WWE Unreal Season 3 recap show. I will be doing a small, well, I won't say small, but relatively small recap on each episode of WWE Season 3, Unreal Season 3 at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So join me for that. Sunday, it's Doubleheader Sunday here again on the EVP show. The last Doubleheader Sunday before SummerSlam. First, we will be giving away an exclusive Discord membership at the end of Sunday Night Scoops. Join me Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for a Sunday Night Scoops with the EVP. Hopefully, we get a big turnout, and we can give somebody a membership away, a new member. There's 300 subs, so hopefully we can get some new people in the comments, ask them some questions, and it's going to be a big show. Come and join me later that night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time for the LFG Season 3 Episode 14 recap show. SummerSlam week. It is a full week, full slate here on the EVP show, starting Monday at 11 p.m. Eastern time for the Raw recap show, the last Raw before SummerSlam. Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, I'm back for your NXT recap. And then Wednesday is the second biggest prediction show on the EVP show channel. Join me and 9 others at 6 p.m. Eastern time, as we all will be predicting the SummerSlam. We will be doing the SummerSlam prediction show. It'll be 10 of us predicting the SummerSlam card. We have 12 matches, so it should be a fun time to get everyone's opinions on who's going to win all these matches at SummerSlam. And after that, you can join me and Kyle the Man Anthony at 8 p.m. Eastern time for Queens of WWE episode number 7. Thursday, we switch to the reality TV, and oh boy, it's already kicking off, especially with the BB time capsule. There was something really unleashed this week. Me and Chavo Kingpin were talking about in the comments. If you did watch BB Unlocked tonight, they did reveal what powers were going to be in the time capsule this season, and also the disadvantages as well. Join me next Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Who will be the third person evicted? Will it be a power who won the time capsule? Will there be a power played? Will there be a disadvantage? We will see. Join me at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Thursday night for the Big Brother Season 28 Week 3 recap show. Then next Friday night, it is the Go Home show right before SummerSlam. Join me at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time for the SmackDown recap show. A week from tomorrow, next Saturday, is SummerSlam. Join me after the Night 1 post show at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time for the SummerSlam Night 1 recap show. And then to close out next week and next weekend, SummerSlam weekend, join me after Night 2, after the post show, after SummerSlam is complete at 10:30 p.m. Eastern next Sunday. There will be no scoops, no LFG next Sunday. It will just be the SummerSlam Night 2 recap show live here on the EVP show channel at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time next Sunday. So a lot of content, a lot of shows coming up, no days off. Got to keep trucking all the way through SummerSlam. Maybe take a little small break or get a day off two here before Heat Wave, and then we'll be trucking into Heat Wave right on into Sunday night's main event in September. So with that being said, guys, that is my schedule for the rest of this weekend and SummerSlam week. Hopefully you guys enjoy your Saturday. Don't do anything stupid out there. Be safe. Have some fun. Love one another. But I am the EVP from the EVP show and the golden boy of DWE. And DWE is the only place to be. You guys have a happy and belated Saturday. And come back tomorrow night as we do something new. And join me at 9 p.m. Eastern time for the WWE Season 3 Unreal recap show. Good night, everyone.